Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Categories' War in the East. Now, this is an episode where there is much to do, so very much to do, and so much to decide. Now, I have been thinking about this for quite some time and I have decided that we are seeing the warning signs here for a Stalingrad-esque scenario. And let's take a look over here then, we'll use a nice orange. And let's take a look at the battle line here. There we go. And then there. So you can see here that we are vulnerable here. I have a huge amount of men invested in this one force here. Which is actually not doing anywhere near as well as I would hope for. Due to the fact that we have... well, the thing is, we've gathered all our troops here, or at least the vast majority of our troops. And the Soviets have thrown a lot of troops in here as well. I mean, we are seeing full tank divisions, there's a lot of brigades over here. Quite a lot of brigades, but it's hard to tell unless we have perfect information what we're actually dealing with. So we're going to run some reconnaissance over here. Okay. Now, the thing is, the mud should come in about a turn or two. Which is going to leave us in a horrific position, as we won't be able to move, and we're going to be facing the combat penalties, and honestly, I just don't think it's worth it. So what I'm considering doing is actually pulling back the mobile forces, reordering the infantry into a defensive position, and then basically try to dig in. It might even be worth it for us to pull back to these rail lines, but then again, we do have the one here. It's a difficult proposition for us to take into account, really. We are close to Moscow, but we can't become focused on an objective that is just... It's a city at the end of the day. It is just a city. Sure, it has all those resources, but those resources will be mined one day, hopefully. I was hoping I'd be able to get there, but the fuel let me down. Yeah, I wish I could have grabbed all that, but hey. We'll soldier on. So, it's interesting. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try and make a battle plan. So we're going to draw the rivers. So these are the river lines here. Of course, we have this one. The large river here. Then there seems to be a river there. Can't really see it too clearly. And then we have some marshland here. So when we look at it like this, we can see the fact that our supplies are having to move across rivers here. And that inhibits it. There's just the rail crossing here, which is a bridge. There's another one here as well, and of course here. But you can see that is going to limit our supplies. And it's not the greatest defensive position that we occupy right now. As the fact is, there's no river line for us to pull back. We could pull back to this river line here, but that doesn't really help us. The Soviets have it a lot easier due to that they... I think this connects up. That they have this river here. That's helping them out significantly. That's making it a lot harder for me to be able to move. Of course, these rivers here. And so we start to see things like this. We can start to see the problems that we're facing. Like those panzers moved over this river here. That was harder for them. That took more. And then, of course, we do have this river line here. So in effect, the Soviets have it easy for them. They have the dense forest over here, they have some plains over here, which is good for me, but hey, we're not going to get there. And then they have the river line itself with more forest behind it, they have the rail lines. It's the best scenario for them to defend. They're defending in their own territory close to their capital, so they're going to be close to supply and reinforcement. They're close to armaments, they're close to everything. That's their heart. Whereas we're far away from our heart being somewhere like down there-ish. So what I propose we do then is we take a stock of the situation. we have... I'll just zoom in a little bit further. I wish you could zoom where you had that activated. So what it might be worth doing then is... we do have the river line here. If I can have my forces occupy a position... something like that. If I could try to occupy that position there, then have that run up there with the infantry. I can have my armor pull back, and basically... we refuel, we rearm, we refit, and we wait. We wait for the opportunity to send the armor to victory. That's what we need to do. Now the thing is, you can see here, the Soviets do have a significant amount of men here, but they don't around the flanks. Well, as if we had fully fueled panzers over here, we could try to get around there. But all in all, I think the focus is going to shift to Leningrad. And, I don't know how Leningrad could go. It could go a multiple number of ways, but the thing is, we should hopefully isolate these infantry divisions over here, and hopefully be able to kick their asses. That'd be quite nice. In fact, I might move around here. I'll move there. Then at least that's going to make it difficult for them to move, and hopefully be able to try and get them. And we do have these divisions over here. The issue is I can't really do much for the Finnish forces. Okay. We do have a coastal brigade over there, which is pretty cool. Right, that cavalry force is withdrawing. Then down here in the south. Interesting. We have these forces to move now. Trying to remember everything here. And I was made aware the actual issue with the rail lines. I'm so annoyed at myself that it took me so long to figure it out. I need to find the other rail line. Now basically, the issue was there's a break in the rail line somewhere. I need to find that. Yes, over here is where the rail lines were broken. As you can see here, these rail lines are damaged. So we'd have to go all the way back and fix that. We will do that then. But I do have this armor here. Can't move it. I could move one of them, but no point to that. Okay. I mean, the weather still is clear now. I mean, we're doing good on victory points. I mean, if we managed to gain a 290, we would have had an automatic victory there. But I doubt that's going to happen. So we're going to play a bit long game here. So let's see. I'm going to move these forces closer to Hardship men. There we go. Could try... I don't think I'd be able to cut that off due to the fact that these guys are here. Move that there. Okay. So this is the 6th Corps. Right, 6th Corps. Okay, there we go. Hmm. Right, this armor. Where does it want to go? I'm trying to decide whether it's worth it for me to hold this line. And we have the green forces here. And what I could potentially do then is occupy these positions with the green forces here. But that's not going to help us. I mean, I suppose it could. I mean, I could occupy the city. The city would be quite a nice place to hold the line at. I would be most interested in holding the line across the river here, should I wish to move along there in the future. But if I pull the line back, if I contract it, I have to hold less land. And that's the thing at the end of the day. I don't need to hold this land. I just need to occupy it for a short time. We do have the blue forces in the south moving up to Kaluga. So, I mean, we are moving north towards here, so we can try to occupy this position south of Moscow. And what we might be able to try and do in the future is, say, with the light blue armoured forces. Should the Soviets... Let's use a red. Yes, so should the Soviets start to respond... That's a pink. Should they start to respond by moving their troops around here? What we could potentially do then is use the armoured thrust to try and get in between them. Obviously that would be the most dangerous path, but that would be the path to separate them. I mean, the ideal situation would be having panzer forces here, then here as well. So then we go around and through, and try to surround vast swaths of the Soviet army. So I think we are going to pull back. I think I'll keep the city due to that being a really good defensive position to begin with, due to the fact it's urban. So I think I'll hold the city. And well, these rail lines are important. So I think I'll hold the city, and then we'll try and hold this forest with the river here. I think that's the best defensive formation. Well, best defensive deployment. We make use of this river, we hold on to this city for the time being. We hold on to these rail lines, which I'll colour in here. I mean, we gain these rail lines. Of course, we can't use them due to the fact it's not our gauge of rail, but I mean, I could try to convert in the future. And possibly in 1942, we could make use of it. But yes, you can see here, that's linked up to Smolensk, Vitebsk. There's a good number of rail lines that come down here. And if I can make use of them, and of course if we could try to take over here, connect the rail lines up further, and try to get a nice supply network going on here. I mean, the best line would be going for Smolensk, which I think I will try to do. Let's see. And we do have rail lines over here then, so we do need to fix these rail lines down here, get that fixed, get that sorted. Can I move these guys? Can't move them. Now these forces at Kharkov, I think I'm going to keep them here and refuel them for a good while. There's not too much in the south here. The beautiful thing is, while in the center we are considering digging in the south we are in a position where we can advance, but I can't advance too far due to my supply lines. And the north, we have isolated some, or we will isolate some divisions there, hopefully. We have broken this line here, so we just need to make use of that. Okay. I'll have these motorized forces pulled back, I think. I could try to get across the river here. It's not really worth it. So... I'll have these motorized forces pulled back. I'll pull them back to Novgorod. Okay. Hmm. Now, what I could potentially try to do here is force my men through this gap here. There's an infantry division here and a motorized division, armored brigade. But this infantry brigade over here, the naval infantry brigade, that potentially allows to push through. So we could try to push through here and link up with these forces here. Like so. At least that's my planning. I'd love Bandicam. I can't tell you how much I adore Bandicam for that ability to draw like that. So good. So... We'll move these forces here then. Right, I'll attack the motorized division here. If I push them away, like so, then that leaves us in a much better position here. Yep, there we go. Okay, we'll try and push that armoured brigade away. Kind of tempted to pull that back. Would make a hell of a lot more sense in all honesty. Right, we'll attack that again. Glad they held. Okay. Yeah, these forces need to be split accordingly to their headquarters. Alright, move forward. There we go. If I could take these ports, that'd be fantastic, because I could try to send supplies in through there, which would be amazing. Especially while the waters aren't frozen. So I think that's overall a good move. We've opened this up over here. It's a shame I can't exploit that, but if we were able to, that'd be good. But we'll hold on. Ideally, I do need to protect myself. Right, we'll have you on the rails over here. I'll take that hill. The hell are you attached to? 10th Corps. The hell's 10th Corps? That's 10th Corps. Well, that's a little silly. Right, 2nd Corps. Okay, there we go. Now, we do have these rails run in here. So that's not bad then. So what we'll be able to do then, once we fix the rails by Minsk, is try and take this rail line here. Have it run down there. Then this rail line will connect and run up there too. So we could try to funnel a lot of supplies through to the Moscow region. Okay. Now, I kind of hope that we can try to send divisions via the sea, so I'm going to keep those guys there for the time being, on the off chance that if we take one of these ports we could send some infantry divisions there. I mean, the Finnish can't move beyond that line, and they can't attack beyond here apparently, which is odd. So, they can't attack here, but I don't know if they can come around here, which would seem likely. But either way, we'll do that then. Now then, moving on to these guys down here. Okay. Bomb up. What do we have here? Mounted division and cavalry division. I can actually cut them off, so I think that's worth it to cut these guys off. Right, so that's a few divisions there, 2 divisions there. Okay. We'll stack up. Actually, I'll move you there. Move you here, then I can break you up. There we go. Okay, so forest line, yep. We'll hold on to that town, actually. These forces can move then. That's really going to be useful. So what I want to do is trying to gain this line over here. So if we found a good, strong defensive position here, then we can consolidate, refuel, rearm, reorganize, and react. That's the best idea. Okay. Right, have the armor move down here. In fact, I'll just move the planes to the rear here. Then at least I have some room to look and see what's going on. They're close enough to the front line anyway. And the front line will retract a little bit. Okay. See, we have this armor as well to refit. Okay, pulling back. Right, we'll grab this down here. Move that there. Okay, we'll pull back. About here. Right, Panzer Group. Okay. I guess I should grab those positions there. Stops the enemy from grabbing more of the forest line, I suppose. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll have units for reserve. You'll be in reserve. Reserve. And reserve. Okay. March to here. Okay, that explains that. But at least we'll have that group behind our lines. Okay. Now, I could grab that position across the river, which would probably be worthwhile. If I don't grab it now, I probably might not in the future. I could try to take a rel. I have no idea what's actually there though. So we have Rifle Brigade, Cavalry Division, Rifle Division, okay. They're evacuating. Some nice fuel. There we go. Now, we are coming towards the end of the episode, so thank you so very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this, and do let me know what you think. So until next time, goodbye.